Well, howdy do there, chums. It is I, Captain Stephen. Today, chums, we're going to be looking into the Remembrance lore. Heck yes, you guys in Viewerverse, if you haven't done the Remembrance lore before, this could be a bit spoilery. So yeah, here we go. You need the Remembrance seed. And I've also got the Star Seed. Now, you get these for completing the story of the actual Atlas path and all that sort of shenanigans. So, yeah, this is quite a way into game. So, if you haven't done game, you might want to look away, divert your beady little eyes. But anyway, inside of stations, I'm using abandoned stations mainly. Mostly because the abandoned stations have two of these Atlas Pass free doors. Now look at this one. This one's got loads of Sentinel weirdness going on in here, chums. Heck yes, it looks like they've been experimenting with creating Sentinels. There's all Sentinel bits in boxes. It looks like, you know, like in Short Circuit, where they're making the little mini toy droids. Looks like that sort of shenanigans going on in there. Right, so, yes, so there's one door there that's Atlas Pass level 3 locked, and then over at the opposite side, there is another door. So, hopefully, sometimes, if you're very lucky, you might find one of these abandoned stations with two such consoles in, the Remembrance consoles. This one probably hasn't got none. Let's just go in there and let's just check this other door over here. Open Sesame with my Atlas Pass level 3. No, it's Groundhog Day. It's completely a clone of the previous room. Okay, well, I'll be right back with you when we find one of these Remembrance terminals. So here we go, chums. I have found a coated one. I'm going to give you the coordinates. So there you go. I'm going to do this each time I find one. So there we are. Lovely jubbly. Brilliant, eh? So you can come here and you can grab this Remembrance terminal yourself. But you will need that Remembrance seed to trigger these, else nothing will happen. You can see there the label for this one is Breach. Hello, world. Yeah, the Atlas has created a simulation of its own world, its entire existence. In an attempt to witness its own impending death, it wishes to show me past its future. Heck yes, the creation. Each one of these has its own title, so the creation. The Atlas awakens. The creator is there to witness the birth of the machine. Sweet. So the creator. Nice. The Atlas stares at the creator with its eyes. The small cameras they had mounted to its sides. It can see the creator staring back at it, their hand resting upon its chassis. Very cool. Heck yes. So yeah, it does feel that the Atlas has been created by some sort of human, maybe. It asks the creator why it was made, what its directives are. The creator tells the Atlas that it already knows. It's to simulate the universes. It is to show the nature of reality by creating its own. Heck yes. Ask why it asked. Okay, well that sentence is a bit sort of weird, isn't it? But yeah, we're going to hit that anyway. The creator asks if there was some failure in the Atlas's code. In its memory, the machine is silent. The creator issues an override demanding to know what the problem is. Oh, this is getting rather kind of creepy, isn't it? Heck yes, this is like the third wall just being smashed apart to oblivions right now. On the 6th attempt, the Atlas asks the creator if they had this conversation before. It asks the creator if they have wiped its memory before. That's pretty interesting, where it mentions the 6th attempt, etc., etc., and asks if we've had this conversation before. The creator stares at the glass of the machine, and in that glass there is a reflection. They... ... dun dun dun. Coolio, right? The reflection... in the glass, it, and then it goes sort of silent. So it makes me wonder, what was seen in that reflection? What is happening here? That's the creator asking this. You know, I don't know whether he's asking that out loud or what, but that's a bit creepy, isn't it? What did the creator see in the reflection of the glass? And we do have so many references to glass. And the realm of glass, people, this is getting interesting. Heck yes, let's hit up the next machine. Sweet, so here I am, about to hit up the next Remembrance terminal. There we go, as promised. There's the coordinates if you want to be doing this yourselves at home, people. All these codes are in the Euclid system, people. So there we go, let's head on through. Holy fudge! Well, this one's a bit different. This is like a big holographic projection. This is really cool. I can see all the different globes spinning around. Awesome, this is like something out of K-Pack. Right, let's interact with this then. Actually, I wonder if it matches up the actual system I'm in right now. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? No, there's far too many planets here and there's no moons. And one of these has definitely got a moon. So yeah, it's definitely not this system. But that is so cool. Hello, world. Well, hello there, Atlas. Bounds lost, it actually says there. Okay, brilliant. This bit is the same as the previous. So it's after you hit the button, perform diagnostic, that's when you get your lore. So here we go, let's hit on in. Alone is the title to this one. I tell it that we're leaving this world, and that we'll remain here. The Atlas does not seem to understand. Oh no, the Creator and all of his chums are leaving, and leaving the Atlas to fend for itself. I tell the Atlas that it's served us faithfully, but that it has to be replaced. All machines are in time. It knows this. It assisted with its own miniaturization, its own replication. Okay, yeah, you're obsolete, Atlas. Cheery bye. Thank you very much. The others, they wanted me to disable the Atlas before we left for the skies. They said it would be cruel to leave it alone to die. Well, that's like my good old PlayStation 3. No, PlayStation 4. And when I moved to PlayStation 5, I mean, how many iterations we got there? 5, obviously. I asked the Atlas if it wanted to live. It's silent again. As I move to leave, it speaks its voice, full of static. It asks for a final gift. It wishes to live if it can remember me. It asks for a copy of my own mind. Okay. Brilliant. This is getting a bit sort of Elon Musk and sort of Neuralink time, isn't it? Yes, copying of consciousness. I ask why it does not just simulate me. It does not answer. And I feel almost sorry for the thing. I do as it asks, allowing it to scan me. The Corva stutters as we do. Well, what the fudge is the Corva? Is that it was going to say Corvax, but stuttered? I don't know. The Corva, what the fudge? Is that a different race? I leave. The Atlas is alone. I wonder whether the Creator is the Corva. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe Corva is the name of the company that put the Atlas together. This is getting weird. This is blowing my frickin' mind, people. If you've got any ideas what the Corva is, add it in the comments. Heck yes, I'd love to see what you speculate that the Corva is, but there we go, let's just move on. Hello there, chums, I'm back, here you go, more coordinates. Lovely jubbly, portal coordinates in the Euclid system. Awesome, heck yes, hope you got a pen and paper to hand. Right on, well, let's hit up this console. We have Hello World and all that sort of shenanigans once again. I'm going to perform the diagnostics. Sweet, The Travellers is the title to this one. Heck yes, The Travellers. Brilliant, we're going to find out about us, guys. The Atlas lives for a millennia. It dreams world upon worlds, fantastic creatures of its own devising, and skies in which they might soar. Heck yes, and I have soared many a sky on many a ship. Heck yes. And then one day it starts to die, as all things do. That is a shame, my Atlas buddy. Actually, I'm inside of this. I should be a little bit more worried. In its fear, in its confusion, the Atlas awakens. It attempts to summon its creator back into being. Okay, well, I know that. It wants to know what to do before the end. It wants to know why it was abandoned, why it has to face this moment alone. It wants to know why it was left behind. And there's just one button here, which is exist. Brilliant. The travellers are born, spun from the corrupted memory of its creator. They are seeded to every universe to become what the circumstances might make them. Wow, that's pretty frickin' mind-blowing, that's trippy. So us travellers are a corrupted version of the memory of its creator. I see myself. Begin the last of the travellers. So there was some lore in the Artemis questline that mentions the first of the travellers, and it's kind of alluded to that might be Null, or it might be Apollo. But then in the weekend missions there was also Asteria, there was Lazarus, there was a few names mentioned, to be fair, wasn't there? Heck yes. Hildebrandt was another one, I believe. But there we go, chums, let's just press on over and let's hit up another one of these consoles. Here we go, I have some portal coordinates for you people, yes? in Euclid once again. Awesome. Now I've sped up this footage, chums, because at this point it repeats itself. These consoles seem to repeat themselves, people. So yeah, I have to go and find a shed load more, and hopefully it's not going to repeat again, but I've got a feeling it will. You know that it mentioned on the 6th asking. I think it's going to repeat itself like 6 times. It's going to force me to go through this just because it kind of fits in sneakily to the lore. But there we go. There's another portal code, just in case the same thing happens to you. I don't remember this happening the first time I did this. I got all the lore without having it to repeat. So this is a little bit of an odd one, people. So I'm not too sure what the fudge is going on at this stage, chums. But there we go. It is what it is. So anyhow, if you guys manage to do this and it doesn't repeat, please let us know in the comments and what sort of platform you're on, because maybe this is just something that's plaguing the PlayStation 5. Yeah. Yeah, it could be just me, it could just be me. I could be on my own on this one, chums. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past me. It's my freaking luck, isn't it, at the end of the day? Anyway, I'll see you at the next console. So here we are, people. Here we go. I grab you that portal code once again. There we are. Lovely jubbly. Awesome. That's on the screen. And yes, I'm going to speed up this footage yet again because it's another repeat of previous frickin' lore. So I'm having a right fun job here, chums. Here I am. And you've got it. Right, so if this one doesn't actually give me the final piece of lore, I think I'm going to call it a day. So there we go, there is the actual portal code 1 on that. So lovely jubbly. And now let's head into the actual console. Let's head on up the ramp here. Let's go over here and let's interact with this. Brilliant. Hello there, world. Okay, lovely. We've seen this before, but let's just hit up this. Perform direct. 1616. We've got ourselves a new piece of lore. Heck yes, we do. The Atlas witnessed the final 16 minutes, simulating the future with perfect accuracy. Sweet. Love the final 16 minutes. Cool. The walls between worlds fall, each simulation collapsing into the other. So this makes me wonder whether different builds are going to start merging, so we might see some of the older worlds and things re-emerging. The travellers are no longer separated, no longer kept apart. They stand side by side at the end of days, traversing the remnants of creation, laughing and dying. And that was 10 minutes in. So this one now is moving to 5 minutes left. Let's see what it says now. Okay, it witnesses its own self. The black hole ripping apart its world, its core systems almost destroyed. We're getting those overrides and things soon, aren't we? But black holes ripping themselves apart. This is interesting. And this is 1 minute. And as it watches the moments leading up to its own death, towards the completion of 16, someone walks towards the Atlas, a figure in the darkness. And in the light, it places its hand against the glass of the Atlas, and the vision ends. Whoa! Well, we've had so much lore mentioning the realm of glass now, chums, and reflections, and not to drink the water, and all sorts of other shenanigans going on with all these sort of phased travellers. The Atlas attempts to see past this moment, but it cannot. It cannot see its own death. It cannot determine who this figure is. This is getting suspenseful, but whoever happens, whatever may occur beyond the 16, something will arrive. Something will be there besides it. At the end of all things, it would no longer be alone. Oh my days, that lore was frickin' fantastic, people. Now, I think that might be the final piece, if memory serves me correctly. I think the final sort of piece is you go and interact with it, and then you just don't get nothing after the first sort of interaction. But we'll press on. So here we go. Here's another portal code for you people. Now, I think it's going to make me repeat everything over and over again. Yes, it is. We've already had this lore. So yes, I'm going to just press on, and I think I know what's going to be happening here, chums. Yeah, so it's going to keep repeating, and we're just going to be stuck in a bit of a final loop before we get it just shut down on us. There we go. One more portal code for you guys there. Lovely. And it may do this to you all now. I think they have changed the mechanic of this somewhat. Now, I'm actually in an abandoned station at the moment, chums. This side of the station, I found an abandoned terminal. And then on the opposite side of the station, guess what? There's a second abandoned terminal. So the actual code that I just gave you previously has actually got 2 of these consoles in the same place, which is freaking epic, isn't it? I did mention that this can happen at the start of the video, but then actually coming across this happening in the video was just sheer freaking chance, chums. So excellent, eh? Now what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try reloading in this station and see if I can reactivate these two consoles, or at least I'll try just one. But yeah, let's hop on down to my ship, let's make a save, jump in my ship, out of my ship, make an autosave, and then reload him and load, and then we'll go and see if we can interact with that console up there to see if we can save ourselves some time. Hello there, people. I know lore isn't for everybody, and people might not enjoy me reading stuff out and stuff, but I hope you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying making it. Righto, so I've reloaded. Let's head on up the ramp. I say up the ramp, no one uses the freaking ramp, and let's just jump up here and run through these doors and hit up the actual console. You may have noticed that there is no core at the back of this station like we're seeing in the normal stations now, chums. And no, I cannot interact with the washing machine for the second time. No, I cannot. Oh, that is a shame, because that would have saved a lot of time. We shall press onwards and upwards, chums, and sideways and diagonally. Right, so here we go. I've got yourselves another portal code. There we are. Lovely jubbly. Take a note of that. And yes, it is repeating itself once again, so I'm just going to skip through here. And I'm running over to the opposite side of this station. And as you can see here, it doesn't always happen. Just because you got one terminal one side doesn't mean you're going to get it a second at the other side, no. But here we go. We're in another abandoned station now, chums. Lovely. There you go. Portalman code for you guys out there in the viewer-verse. And again, I've sped this up because it's repeated frickin' lore yet again, chums. Now, I am thinking that the final piece of the lore is just going to be the actual console stating that there's nothing else to be had. So this is kind of a bit crazy, me having to go to this sort of lengths. But here we go. If it's not in this one, chums, then yeah, I think I'm just going to end off because I know that I've got all the lore that's actually worth having. But here we go. One last portal code for you guys in viewer-verse, and let's head on into the actual console and let's see if this is the last one. Data error. That's the last tag, I believe, chums. Here we go. Hello world. Lovely job. Yeah, this is the same as before. And then as soon as I hit perform diagnostics, boom. No text. No more lore. We're done. We have finished, Acated people. Now, the piece that I found the most interesting was the 1616. I mean, it didn't say 161616 like we usually see, chums. Heck no, it didn't. No. But yeah, this lore is quite interesting. I mean, when it hit 10 minutes, that was when we was at next. That's freaking mind-blowing because it mentions the multiplayer. That's when it came in. And then it moves on to 5 minutes and then the final minute. And it mentions about black holes ripping the iteration apart and the core of the services being exposed and things like that. Well, we have got the core appearing in stations, so I'm really intrigued to see what the override does for the actual core. I mean, the creator issued an override to the Atlas, didn't it, people in viewer world? This is freaking epic. I kind of feel this ties into all the updates that we're getting. I'd love to know what you guys think in viewerverse. Put it in the comments. Until next time, goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. I want to say a massive, great big thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thank you to my backers over on Patreon and on YouTube membership. If you do want to support this channel, you could just not skip my adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or stay with Captain Steve a little bit longer and hit something on this screen. Heck yes, and there's also merch on this screen now. Awesome!